Well, today I'm going to teach you guys how to play the Pokemon trading card game. This card game originated from the English-dubbed Japanese cartoon called Pokemon in 1992. This game can be played anywhere from a plane, a train, your house, or your kitchen floor, which is the same place. There's no board game. There's no board required for the game as long as you know where to place your cards. Some places to do are your deck, which can hold 60 cards, your bench, where you want to put your basic Pokemon, your trash, where you put your used ones, the active Pokemon, which you want to put here, which is the one you're going to be battling, and your prize cards, which we'll get into later. This game is usually played with only 2 people, and the ages can range from 8 years old to 35 to 40-year-olds. Yeah. There aren't any fouls or penalties, but good etiquette is always required and is one of the main rules. Because, you don't want to get mad when you're playing Pokemon, seriously. Some cards and game parts. Here's your basic first-generation Pokemon. This is Pikachu. Right here it says 40 HP, which counts for hit points, which is his health. As soon as he runs out with a certain amount of attacks, he'll get knocked out and be put in the trash. Right here on the top says what kind of Pokemon he is. He's basic. And here shows the type, which right now Pikachu's electric. Right here shows his attacks and how much damage they do. These stars at the bottom with the emblems, this star means it could be any kind of energy card. Any energy cards are right here. And you need a certain amount for a certain Pokemon to do a certain attack, such as Psychic, Darkness, Leaf, Water, Fire, Electricity, Metal, or Fighting. In this case, right here, Pikachu needs a Thunder and any kind of energy to do a Thunder Jolt. And it shows a little information how to add extra damage. At the bottom it shows his weakness, which would be Fighting. And if he was attacked by a fighting Pokemon, you get an extra 10 damage done to him. Right here shows Resistance. He doesn't have any resistance, which is not good. But if he did, it would take a negative 10 points from his HP. The retreat cost is just any energy cost. It would cost 1 energy card to take him out of the battle. Supporter, Trainer, and Stadium cards help boost your experience in the game. Supporter cards have an immediate effect, such as healing your Pokemon from poison or giving it extra health. Trainer cards stay in play until the end of the turn, which it'll say on the information at the bottom of the trainer card what it does, such as like your Pokemon gets an extra turn. Stadium cards are actually very interesting. They stay in play until they are replaced. They change the setting of the area and can favor a specific Pokemon, such as having a water Pokemon and fighting in the ocean. To start your game, first you want to shuffle your deck of 60 cards. You can shuffle it any way you like. Then you draw a hand of 7 cards, which you'll hold like you do in any other card game. Each hand should have at least 1 basic Pokemon. If you do only have 1, that instantly becomes your active Pokemon. If you have more than 1, you can choose which one becomes active and which one you want to keep on the bench. Then you want to deal your 6 prize cards, which are random that you draw out. Every time you knock out your opponent, you gain 1 prize card. After all 6 prize cards are collected, you instantly win the game. This game is pretty much based on chance because it has a lot to do with flipping coins. In some cases, heads mostly means something positive happens, like you get extra points, or tails, something negative happens, like your weapon attack backfires and you accidentally hit yourself. Playing the game, each player starts every turn by drawing a new card. Any extra basic Pokemon drawn in your hand can be placed onto the bench, which can hold only 5 basic Pokemon. If an evolution card is drawn, it can be placed onto the basic Pokemon while it's active, turning it into a Stage 1 Pokemon, which is much stronger and has more hit points than other Pokemon. Each Stage 1 Pokemon can evolve from a specific basic Pokemon, not just any other one. Attacking is the last thing that is done after each turn. To knock out your opponent, after dealing a certain amount of damage for their hit points, such as for Pikachu, he has 40 hit points at the top. If someone dealt 50 hit points to him, Pikachu would be knocked out and he'd be placed in the trash. After knocking out one of your opponent Pokemon, you get to pick a prize card and put it in your hand to use later. Like I said, once all 6 are collected, you instantly win the game. Other ways to win the game is knocking out all the basic Pokemon in your opponent's deck. I mean, once they don't have any Pokemon, what are they going to do? They're nothing. The last way to knock out your opponent is to take out their current active Pokemon while they have no other basic Pokemon on the deck. Which is why it's always important to have other Pokemon on the bench waiting. Because if there's no one there, and their active Pokemon is in the trash, they have nothing to play with and they can't hand anything out. So they instantly lose. And that is the end of my presentation on how to play this Pokemon trading card game. Any questions? Greg?
Can you revive like a Pokemon from the trash?
No.
He's just dead?
He's gone. Well, he's not dead. He's knocked out. Good job. So, until the next game. Roger?
What's the strongest Pokemon you ever had to face?
Ooh. Dude, I've been playing Pokemon for so long, I can't even name them all right now. Some hard Pokemons I had to fight would be Onix, Charizard, Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur?
Ivysaur. I could just name a whole bunch of strong Pokemon that I faced over my experience.